Thank you, Katrina, both for the introduction and for your sermon last week on acting out of gratitude and generosity rather than fear and scarcity. For those of you who are watching at home and haven't seen it, check out last week's sermon on the YouTube channel. This fall, my wife Barbara and I have been joining Katrina in the Stewardship book club that was reading Ask, Thank, Tell, Improving Stewardship Ministry in Your Congregation, a book by Charles R. Lane. As the title implies, the book focuses on a three-step approach to stewardship instead of the annual ask. For today, though, I'd like to reverse that, flip it around a little bit, and do it backward: tell, thank, and ask. First, I'm a newspaper man, and there's news to tell. Over the next week, you should be getting in the mail another letter from a friend at church. This trifold brochure shows how our church uses its resources to further its mission statement's goals of worship, spiritual growth, service, and fellowship. Inside, we tell the story of two pies, the ingredients as they appeared in the 2020 budget, and that we approved in January, and the adjustments we had to make to the recipe because of the pandemic. Our latest estimate is that 2020 pledge income is going to be slightly lower than anticipated by about $8,000. Add to that shortfalls in donations from the preschool, loose offerings, building fees, and other normal operations that you would normally have when the building was open. We think that our 2020 income will be about $45,000 less than the original target, leaving us short of apples to bake our $270,000 pie. But the church also qualified for a one-time forgivable federal paycheck program loan for $45,000. God works in mysterious ways, and we were able to fill in that slice of the pie this year. So that's the tell part of this message. The story and the pledge card and a return envelope are coming to you this week from one of our volunteers on the Board of Stewardship. Now it's my chance to thank them for what has been going on behind the scenes. Because stewardship means more than money, it means the faithful use of our time and talents as well. Barbara Hampton has been our team leader and project manager, which is convenient because she happens to be the only person who can call across the living room and ask me to write yet another draft of the brochure and still get it from me. Shauna Lee Kwashnak is the artist and graphic designer whose creativity and patience have been a blessing to us all. Her work has always got that warm, happy glow. I'm sure you're familiar with it. Drew Kwashnak has added his technical know-how and Excel skills, which guided the artist on her pie charts. Mara Ford has been invaluable in providing her expertise for managing nonprofit organizations and their communications. Sal Senna and John Samaro have provided insight, expertise, enthusiasm, and a great deal of patience. You'll be hearing from all these people during Stewardship Moments this fall, along with guest stars like Valerie Beard, who told you last month about how we all work together for spiritual growth. And both Bob Giannini and Diane Bernard have been very patient with our persistent questions about financial details. Our treasurer or an assistant will be the ones who acknowledge all pledges and record them in the books. The Board of Stewardship will only know that you pledged so that we can thank you too. And the biggest thanks, of course, go to you for your continued support. And that brings me to the ask part. We know that in 2020 has been a difficult year for so many people, and that it's still full of anxiety and doubt about the future. But as Pastor Katrina said last week, you can face the future with faith or with fear. As Christians, we should be facing it with faith. When you get the mailer, please read and think about the story we're all telling together. Then help us find a happy ending. Prayerfully consider the how much should I give guidance on the back of the pledge card. Then please let us know your decision by sending your filled-in pledge card in the reply envelope before November 16th, so it can be included in our Consecration Sunday service on the 22nd. So that's the ask. Help us work together to make 2021 a better year for our church and for the world. And as always, thank you.